So in this video, I'm going to make rice, long grain rice to be specific. I'm going to make it with a crispy potato crust in the bottom. All right, and we are going to incorporate some barberries in there. All right, and I'll show you what barberries are in a bit and show you what they look like. Now, I love Basmati rice, which they come in many different varieties. So basically Basmati rice is long grain rice versus to like Cal Rose rice, which is a short grain. So when you go to a sushi bar, this is what you mainly get with your sushi or your Asian food. When you go to more towards the Mediterranean and Middle East, this is the kind of rice that you're going to get. India is a long grain rice. Now, my favorite recently I've discovered is this rice right here. Okay, and this is smoked Basmati rice. I get this item from online from sadaf.com. I have no affiliation. If they want to pay me something, that's awesome. If not, cool. This is long grain rice. This rice I haven't tried yet. This is extra long grain. So I haven't tried it. This is the most expensive. About middle priced. This one is same as about that. So this little bag here is like $25, $20, and this I got online. I don't remember how much. So today we're not going to use this. So today we are going my favorite smoked Basmati rice. I'm going to get the ingredients together. It's simple ingredients, and I'm going to go step by step show you how to make it. You guys are going to love this rice dish. Hang on. So the basic ingredients to make this rice, and we're going to talk about different versions of it real fast, is rice, of course. Like I said, I'm using the smoked Basmati rice. I'm going to put some water with this rice and kind of just rinse out the starch out of it, okay? So the more of the starch you get out, less sticky your rice will be. And that's the difference between this rice and your Asian rice, like your short grain rice. So yeah, I'm gonna do that a few times, rinse out the water, a few times, rinse out the water. Here are the barberries that I was talking about. I get this online. These are kind of, you gotta go to specialty Middle Eastern stores to find it. They're hard to find, but you can find it at, again, sadaf.com. They have pretty good shipping, fast. I'm going to soak in water, make sure there is no stems, tiny little stems and stuff. If you're wondering what it tastes like, it's kind of like they are a little tart, but flavorful. So kind of like dry cherries maybe, but it's very good. So that's that. I have a potato. I'm going to show you how we're going to do the potato. Salt, any salt you like, sea salt is the best. I'm using Himalayan pink salt, ground up pretty fine. 2 cups of water. That's 1 cup of rice. It's enough for 2 adults. And any type of oil you like. I just use regular vegetable oil. So I'm gonna get the rice ready, the barberries ready, and the potatoes ready, and we're gonna put it all together, okay? Hang on. Okay, so here I have the potato all sliced up. I like to slice it pretty thin. And what I do is I put salt and oil on it, okay? And then whatever type of oil you're gonna be cooking with this dish. And I make sure that all the surfaces are coated, okay? And I let that sit. The barberries are washed. The rice is washed, okay? The water, we're gonna put it on the stove and get it boiling. And we're gonna wait until it's nice and boiling. Then we're gonna add the rice. We're gonna add some salt and oil, and we're just gonna boil the rice for a while, okay? Now, here's where different recipes would come in. So let's say you don't have barberries, right? You can make it with nothing, just the rice, potatoes, the salt and oil, that's it. This rice, Basmati rice, if you've never had it before, it's excellent. So it's very delicious and aromatic rice. So it's very good. Now, this one is smoked, so it tastes and smells like smoke. So it's really good. If you don't have barberries, you can put, let's say, dill. If you have dried dill, fresh dill, you can put that and flavor it with that. If you don't have that, you can put corn. You know, if you have canned corn, frozen corn, you can put peas. You can substitute something. So that's the beauty of this dish, where you can substitute a nice little vegetable or greenery with it, and it'll still come out good. So I'm gonna get everything going, and then we'll show you how it rolls. One thing that I forgot to mention, you will need to make this rice is a pot that has a good lid, okay, cover. And if it's a non-stick, it's much better. Otherwise, you'll have, you know, if you don't do it just right, you might have problem with the rice sticking to your pot. So any type of Teflon or non-stick will do, okay? So now we have the water boiling. It's rolling really good. So we got all the ingredients nearby. We're gonna add the rice. We're gonna add our salt to taste as you like it. Some people like it more, some people like it less. We're not gonna add the barberries yet. We're gonna wait until next step to add the barberries. Otherwise, the flavor of it is too strong and it overtakes the rice, and we don't want that. We wanna taste the rice and the barberries by themselves. The potatoes are still soaking in oil and salt. So once I get the rice going, I'll start the video. So the idea is to put the rice in the water, let it going until it's al dente, you know, to your, it's just little soft, okay? And then we're gonna take that rice and put it back in our dish here, and then I'll show you where we go from there. Awesome. So we have the salt, oil to taste. I like mine with more oil than most people do, and rice. So we're gonna bring it to a boil, let it go for a bit until we have about just about like top of the rice is covered with water. So we're gonna let it cook until the water evaporates to a point where it's just covered, and I'll show you at that point. Then we're gonna at that point take it, like I said, and put it in our same dish that we had it washed in, and then we're gonna that's when the potatoes and the barberries come in, okay? All right, awesome. Keep watching. So the rice is at a rolling boil. What I like to do is every once in a while, not too often now because that will make your rice sticky, just go ahead and just move the rice around. Make sure that there's no clumps of rice stuck to each other. So you might have to do that once, okay? So now we're gonna cook it down as I said. Alrighty, my friends, as I promised you, we're at that point where we can barely see, you can see the rice and it's still covered with water. So I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna try to film and do this at the same time. All right, so that's all in there, all right? So we're gonna place this back on our stove. The stove is running at about low. We're gonna put oil. Don't worry about putting too much, okay? Put copious amounts, especially if you don't have a non-stick pan, okay? Roll that around in there, all right? And then we're going to take our little potatoes and put them on the bottom of the pan, just like I'm doing here. And try not to burn yourself. So, as you can hear, they're starting to sizzle already. Instead of potatoes also, you can use pita bread. No potatoes, pita bread, just soak it in oil, or lavash, Middle Eastern bread. Yeah, that works really well also with this. So here you go. I'm gonna try to put every crack and crevice. Now if you have extra potatoes, what I do is I just put it along the side. So, yeah, so don't worry about being so neat as I am. All right, so we got it all around in there. So now we're going to take our barberries. So we're going to mix it with our rice. Now this is why I waited to this point to do this, is because now the barberries won't have that, the whole rice won't have it. Okay, so it'll be more like you'll taste the rice and then the barberries. All right. Now this next step is kind of crucial. If you have potatoes on the wall there, you put the rest of the barberries in there. A little bit of more oil doesn't hurt anybody. All right, so you do that. Now, what I do is instead of taking this and just dumping it in, that might move your potatoes all over the place. So I take a little bit at a time just for the few spoonfuls to secure my little potato partners along the wall. Very simple. So flame still going on low. Don't be afraid. Nothing's gonna happen. So now the potatoes are secure. I can safely, boom, dump that in there. All right, now you can either go cover it with just a lid, but what I do is I go one step further to keep the moisture in and kind of get it really hot in there. I use a paper towel. Okay, so I can't do that while I'm filming, so I'm gonna do that and show you what it looks like. Hang on, we're almost there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I have the paper towel in there. I took the scissors and just trimmed it roughly so it's not flapping down and catching fire, right? You wanna make sure you don't wanna do that. So it's all nice and sealed. I'm gonna let it go for 10 minutes. Now, if you have had your water ratio, 2 cups, 1 cup of rice, if you follow my direction, you will see the result at the end, what I'm talking about. So we are going to let this go 10 minutes, okay, at low heat. This is the setting on my stove. Okay, and then in 10 minutes, we're gonna turn it down to simmer. Okay, we're gonna turn it to simmer. And we're gonna let it go at least another 20 minutes to half an hour. The way I judge mine is when I can smell the potatoes crisping up, okay? And you just come near this here, right? And you gently whiff the smell and smell it, okay? So, but generally 10 minutes at this heat, 25, 30 minutes on low, it just does the trick. And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of this pot. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes on low heat, and you can see the steam is kind of running out. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it to simmer. And that's what you want. You want that little simmering, okay? So we're gonna let this go for half an hour, 30 minutes. And then we'll check back and kind of get a feel for what the smell is like and how the potatoes smell. All right, be back. Don't give up. So it's been 30 minutes since we turned it down to simmer. It's starting to, I can smell the potatoes, but to me it's more like soft boiled potatoes rather than crispy potatoes. So I think I'm gonna let it go for another 10 minutes. Now, another way I test this is I take my pot here and I shake it really hard. I don't know if you can hear it, but that thumping it tells me that the potatoes have separated from the bottom. So that's a really good sign. That means everything is going well and they are somewhat crispy. So I think I'm gonna let it go another 10 minutes, okay? And then we're gonna reevaluate. Alrighty, as you can see, our rice is starting to lose steam. It's calming down. It smells pretty good. We're almost there. We've turned the rice off and we're gonna let it rest for about at least 10-15 minutes. Okay folks, so here we have our rice. What I'm going to do, that's what it looks like. We're going to make this. Okay. I'm gonna flip. And look at that beauty. This is the end result. Our potato crispy rice with barberries. This dish is absolutely delicious. I think every plate of food should speak for itself. And I think this one does. So we're gonna serve this with some baked chicken. That's a whole nother video I have. You can watch. It features my wife's not so secret recipe since I've revealed it to everybody on YouTube. It goes really well with it. And of course we're gonna have my corn on the cob, which I am doing for the first time, just like I did with my chuck tender steaks. If you haven't seen that video, you want to watch that too. Alrighty, see you in a bit. If family is not ready to eat, this is how I keep my rice warm until everybody's ready to go, just like that. Just a simple idea. Alright, so we're gonna cut into our deliciousness here. So let me just cut it in half and actually And I've made this dish many times before, and you can see the rice. It's just absolutely beautiful with the barberries. If you, okay, where's the camera? Right there. See how flaky, my mouth is watering. See how flaky that rice is? Yeah, and see how long the grains are? I can't resist. Oh, my dogs are back. All right. They're like, give us more food. I don't think so. Alrighty. Here it is. We're gonna eat and enjoy and love it.